welcome back to my channel. Listen, your girl is tired, okay? Summer flying. I think August is probably the only month that is about to calm down on flying, simply because the kids are back in school. At least the kids in the South are back in school. So maybe this month I will get a little bit of a break, but then Labor Day is coming up. Not sure. Just know if you don't see me on here, I am working. Also, you can find me on Patreon, okay? The unfiltered tea, the story times, the transparency will be on there. We're gonna keep it real PG and cute on YouTube, okay? I have my notes here of what I have mustered up about the pros and cons of being the forward flight attendant and the aft flight attendant. Please keep in mind some of these pros and cons directly relate to being on the CRJ 700, which is an aircraft that is super small. You know, real quick, sometimes I just feel like I'm having a burnout, like I'm just doing a lot, and I'm like, do y'all even like the content? Like, check in with me in the comments and chat me up, you know, let me know how you're doing. How is your flight attendant journey going? Are you finding the information helpful? How has your flight attendant experience been going? Like, let me know it all in the comments. Definitely talk to me. Your comments definitely keep me uplifted and keep me going. So don't stop doing that. And also like the video if you find this information helpful, because that lets me know that I'm doing something good and I will keep the production going. Anyways, let's get into these tips. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes right here. This is gonna be a short video, okay? Because your girl's tired. Anyways, let's start off with the pros of being a forward flight attendant, okay? So number one is going to be less announcements, okay? Less reading. You have like 2 announcements as the forward flight attendant, which is great. Number 2, no one is in your personal space. You are a good distance from the passengers. You don't have to worry about monkeypox, flu, all that other stuff, because you are sitting away in your own little personal bubble. Number 3 is that it is cooler up front. So in Dallas, it is like 198 degrees, but when the AC is blowing on the aircraft, it is cool up front, and that cool temperature has to come all the way and travel to the back. So just know, if anybody's gonna be sweating bullets, it's gonna be the people in the back, not the people in the front. And that's what I like, because I like cold. I'm a cold weather girl, so I have no complaints being up front. Pro number 4, potentially having less service if your first class is not full. So first class ranges from 6 to 12 people, depending on if you were on like a ERJ 175 or like another aircraft, I wouldn't know, but you will definitely have less people than you would in main cabin. And if it's not full, then it's just like you're coasting. Sometimes it's only like 3 people in my first class, and then they all go to sleep. Or better yet, they all just don't want to be bothered. They're like, I'm good, which means absolutely 0 service. Love it. Pro number 5 is that if I am the forward on the CRJ, then the forward jump seat is automatically first dibs for me. So let's say the aft always has to like put up their seat and make it available for the restroom for passengers. So they always have to come up to the front. Now, I'm always courteous and I'm always asking like, hey, if I'm the forward, I'm gonna say, would you like to sit in the jump seat? I don't mind. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, they don't even care. But the forward a flight attendant is not obligated to give up that seat or ask if you want to sit in that seat. So keep that in mind. And if you want it to be, I wouldn't even say that's being rude. If you wanted to sit in that seat the whole time and never offer the seat, that's your assigned seat. So you don't have to be courteous. It's your assigned seat. So those are the perks that I came up with off of the top of my head when it comes to being the forward flight attendant. Now, let's get into the cons. Con number one is that all eyes are on you, okay? You are in charge of doing the demo of the safety car, oxygen mask, and the seatbelt extension. And just imagine being up there and you have a booger in your nose. Or like your zipper is down, or there's a stain on your shirt. Like you really need to be up to par when you're up there, because everyone is just, all eyes are on you. All eyes are on you. So if you're someone who like gets nervous, keep that in mind. Trust me, people are definitely watching you do the demo, because there is always at least one person on the flight that's never flown before, so they are definitely watching every single thing that you do. Con number two is having a very full first class, and they're all needy. And having a needy first class can range from many things, like having a first class passenger that is a heavy drinker. I have a story about a heavy drinker, but if you guys want that story time, let me know in the comments. We can save that for another day. However, you have heavy drinkers, people who want rounds after rounds after rounds. Then you have those first time flyers that are in first class that want to experience everything. Okay, they want all the snacks, they want all the drinks, they want the napkins, they want the service, they want the blanket, the earphones, they want everything that they can get. Then you have the penny pinchers who will literally, it doesn't matter if it's alcohol, juice, or water, they want to get their money's worth. So they're gonna keep asking for refills, keep asking for snacks, keep asking for anything they can ask for to get their money's worth. Don't be this person, it's so annoying. Con number three is going to be that although it's cooler up front in the summer, in the winter, it is also cool. It's not cool is an understatement. It is cold, it's freezing. My feet feel like ice rocks. It's very, very cold up front. And those are the times where I'm like, ooh, I low-key wish I was the aft today, because it's freezing up here. Thank you so much for liking the video. Oh, and you subscribing? Okay, I see you. Moving right along, let's get into the pros of being the aft flight attendant. Aft is also known as the back, the rear, back of the bus, all that good stuff. So some of the pros. Number one, you do read majority of the announcements. However, you can sit down and read them. That's a plus. Number two, let's say you have a hour and 30-minute flight. In the event that you have a full flight in main cabin, when you do service, you can take your time, you can talk to the passengers, and this can essentially kill about 35 minutes. Depending on how slow you are. So it is a way to keep you busy when you are the aft. Pro number three is gonna be that once you do service for main cabin, you don't have to worry about like circling back and passing out drinks again. No one really bothers you or asks you for anything else. So once you come by one time with your cart, after that, you don't have to worry about anything else. You can just come by to collect trash throughout the flight. Unlike being the forward flight attendant and serving first class, you have to be at their beck and call every 10 minutes and checking on them and making sure they're good. Yeah, be a nice little servant up front. Pro number four is that In the winter, it is definitely warm in the back, so you can be nice and cozy and not have to be freezing like the forward flight attendant. You'll never have to worry about being cold in the back. Pro number 5 is going to be that you're going to be right next to the lavatory, so in the event that you have to use the restroom, it's a quick one too. Instead of like walking all the way from the front of the aircraft all the way to the back, that's what the forward has to do. Pro number, I don't even know what number we're on, but when you have a short flight, which is like flights that are, I believe, under 300 miles or a 30-minute, 40-minute flight, the aft doesn't do service. So pretty much you're sitting down the whole flight. So you're just reading announcements, sitting down. And if you would like to assist the forward in doing service, you can help them. But for the most part, you can pretty much relax. Let's get into these cons of being the aft flight attendant. Number 1 is going to be being super close to passengers, okay? I don't like that, especially these days. I always wear my mask, so sometimes it's me in the middle and then a passenger on this side and a passenger on this side, and it's like, I don't know where these passengers been. I don't know, vaccinated or not, I don't know. So what I can do is make sure that I am filling my body with good nutrients, I have my mask on, and I am keeping to myself. But that is definitely a big con, being so close to random people. Number 2, it is extremely hot, especially in the summer. I don't know if that the aircrafts are just so old or it's just so hot, especially in Dallas, but it takes a while for the plane to cool down, especially for it to cool down in the back. So sometimes it gets very, very hot back there. Con number 3, in my opinion, you do have more work than the forward. You have to read announcements and do service, and you have to service a lot more people than the forward. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that the forward does more work or the aft does more work? Personally, I think the aft does more work, but it really depends on the flight load as well and how long the flight is. Those are 2 determining factors. Con number 4 is that when there is a delay and everyone is on board and you're the aft flight attendant, anytime there's a delay, mechanical issue, whatever the case may be, all of the passengers will turn their head towards you and they're like, what are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Everyone is asking you 1,001 questions because you're the most accessible flight attendant, okay? You're sitting right next to everyone in the back, so everyone is bothering you with the same question and you cannot escape. And lastly, con number 5 is that it is super bumpy in the back, way more turbulent. You know, if there is turbulence in general, you're going to feel it more in the back of the aircraft than you will in the front of the aircraft. So those are going to be all my cons when it comes to being the aft flight attendant. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer, the forward flight attendant or the aft flight attendant? Also, there is a way to, when you're making your schedule and bidding for either reserve or a line, you can request to work on the aft or forward position, and I can definitely make a video over that. Let me know if you guys want a video about that, about creating your schedule, or if you guys would like a detailed one-on-one, feel free to email me at pristinepores@gmail.com, where we can set up a one-on-one and we can just go in detail about how to make your schedule to best fit your needs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like it up and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in the next video.